This is the chart of the altcoin market cap against Bitcoin. If you bought altcoins instead of Bitcoin at the cycle bottom when Bitcoin was around 15,500, you're down roughly 50% on average if you just held through without rotation. This is where most retail traders are stuck right now. Those who still don't believe in narrative trading are wrecked and will likely continue to get wrecked this cycle. If you've been following this channel, you already know I've always emphasized the importance of identifying strong narratives and rotating smartly instead of sticking to the old spray and pray approach. Now it's time I actually show you how to do that. I'm not here to brag about catching a narrative early or to shill some sub-million market cap coin like many others do. Instead, I'll teach you how to find these narratives yourself and stay ahead of the curve. In this video, I'll reveal a framework that will help you cut through the noise and focus only on data that gives you a real edge. I'll also share a few tools you can use to identify narratives early and take advantage of being early, especially in a market that's crowded with limited winners. Stick around till the end because I'll also share a list of big brains you can follow to consistently stay ahead in narrative hunting. If that sounds good, make sure to smash the like button. It helps the channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that now so you don't miss the next update. Let's get straight into it. Before we dive into the tools, let's quickly define what we're hunting for. Crypto narratives are the dominant stories or themes that capture attention and drive capital flows in the blockchain space. Think of decentralized finance in 2020, NFTs in 2021, or perpdexes which currently dominate 2025. These aren't just random hype cycles. Narratives shape where developers build, where investors put their money, and where the next wave of innovation happens. The key insight here is that narratives often start as whispers on X, GitHub commits, or community Discord chats before they become mainstream investment themes that move billions in market cap. So why is it so critical to spot these narratives early? The answer lies in the life cycle of every market story. Every narrative moves through 4 distinct phases. First is the stealth phase, where only developers and researchers are involved. The money flowing in is smart and the public chatter is almost zero. Next comes the awareness phase. This is when crypto Twitter influencers and dedicated researchers start talking about it. The price starts to move, but it's still largely within the crypto native community. The third stage is the mania phase. This is when the narrative hits mainstream media, your cousin starts asking you about it, and prices go completely vertical. Finally, we have the blow-off top, where the narrative has become saturated, the story gets old, and the price crashes. Your goal as a savvy investor is to get in during the late stealth or early awareness phase. By the time a narrative is all over the news, you're no longer the investor. You are the exit liquidity for those who got in early. Being early is your single greatest advantage in this market. Alright, how do we systematically find these narratives before the herd? It's a process of gathering intelligence, connecting the dots, and acting on conviction. It all starts with knowing where to look. Let's break down the tools and the workflow step by step. First, you need to understand the different types of narratives. They generally fall into a few categories. There are technology-driven narratives like new modular blockchains, liquid staking, or interoperability projects. Then you have sector-specific narratives like perpdexes, real-world assets, and of course AI tokens. There are also event-driven narratives tied to specific catalysts like we saw the political coins like MAGA during election hypes or even any major network upgrades in some projects. And finally, you have the wild west of meme and culture-driven narratives. Your first step is to be aware of what categories exist. Alright, now let me break down the 4 main categories of narrative hunting tools and give you a step-by-step workflow for each one. These 4 categories will help you stay ahead of the rotation game that's defining this cycle. Category 1, Social Intelligence Tracking Tools. This is where most narratives are born. You need to build your intelligence gathering system. It starts at the source, which is often crypto Twitter, but you can't just follow random accounts. You need to curate your feed. Create dedicated lists on Twitter. One list should be for VCs and founders, people like Chris Dixon from A16Z or Kyle Samani from Multicoin Capital. Their thoughts and investments are massive leading indicators. Another list should be for on-chain analysts and data researchers who live on platforms like Dune Analytics, CryptoQuant, etc. They are the first to spot unusual activity. This isn't about following influencers for coin shills. It's about following thinkers to understand where the intellectual capital is flowing. You can keep a tab on this analysis list to monitor their activity and to see what crypto thought leaders are discussing, and watch for spikes in certain mentions that might indicate a narrative gaining momentum before it reflects in price action. This way you can identify trending topics before they hit mainstream crypto media, giving you that crucial early positioning edge. If you aren't sure about whom to follow, I will soon create a public list of valuable accounts to follow for spotting narratives and key metrics that helps to spot trends early. Make sure you're following us on X at CryptoDecoder0x. I will leave link in the description. Alternatively, there is another way to find out who actually spotted any recent trend early. Unless you're extremely out of touch with crypto, you'd have surely heard about Aster, which has exploded in price since CZ has been backing it non-stop. Now, if you want to see who we're talking about it before it exploded, here is a simple way to do it. Go to Advanced Search option on X, type keyword Aster, then type pre-rally date until it exploded. In Aster's case, I would enter 17th and 18th September when it was about to explode. You'll get a lot of smaller accounts, so you can filter them out by entering minimum likes requirement. This way you will find a few good accounts that are extremely active and hop onto hot trends early. We also have Santiment, which takes social sentiment to the next level by integrating it with on-chain data. What makes Santiment special is that it doesn't just tell you what people are talking about, it shows you what they're actually doing with their money. You can track mentions and discussions across Twitter, Reddit, and Telegram, while simultaneously monitoring whale transactions and exchange flows. Your workflow here should be to identify trending topics through their social trends dashboard, cross-reference social buzz with actual on-chain activity to filter out empty hype, and set up alerts for when social sentiment aligns with smart money movements. This combination helps you separate genuine narrative momentum from temporary social media noise that burns retail investors every cycle. Everything you're seeing here is free to use, though they have a paid subscription which I haven't checked yet. As we speak, Plasma has pulled off a huge airdrop for their early backers. Even if you deposited $1 into the Plasma presale, you received an additional 9,000 XPL tokens. Imagine investing $10 and getting $9,000 in return as a reward for being on top of your narrative game. You can see Plasma and Aster trending in Santiment social trends. Yes, these narratives are already popular, so they're trending on socials. But this is the platform where you know what is trending, and it's your chance to find out who were the winners that made bank front-running these narratives. And now, as promised, here is the list of big brains who went heavy into Plasma on day one. They hopped on narrative during early awareness phase, and it might be worth keeping an eye on them to see what else they're up to. I will leave link to this sheet and every free tool we discuss in the description. Before we continue, support the channel by smashing that like button. And if you want to go deeper and join our inner circle of narrative hunters, check out our YouTube membership Decoder Pro for just under $10. Members get access to a private Discord channel, exclusive content, a special role, and ton of new features we're rolling out soon. The link is in the description below. Now moving on to the second category, smart money and on-chain tracking tools. Next, you can level up by using tools for smart money tracking like Arkham Intelligence. These platforms let you see what sophisticated, profitable wallets are buying and selling. If you've identified a potential narrative, you can use these tools to see if smart money wallets are accumulating tokens within that sector. If they are, it's a powerful confirmation that you're on the right track. Your step-by-step process should be to identify and follow successful wallets and whale traders, monitor their recent transactions for new token accumulations, and watch for patterns where multiple smart money wallets start buying similar assets or sectors. When it comes to meme coins, it's easier to find the winners and keep an eye on their activity. Let me show you with an example. This address turned 4K into 191K on Aster. Here is how to find and track wallets like these so you'll get notified when they make their next trade. You can go to Dex Screener and search for the coins that have the highest volume in the past few days or the hot coin that has blown up recently. Then check the top traders and search for the people who turned small amount of money into large sum. Once you find them, just click on the Explore on the right side and copy their wallet address. Now go to DexCheck to analyze and see if they are consistently making money. Once you are convinced they are profitable and worth tracking, you can track their activity using Arkham Intelligence. Simply add an alert and you'll get an alert on their activity. Category 3, News Aggregation and Research Tools. For systematic news monitoring, CryptoPanic is your command center. Unlike regular news sites, CryptoPanic aggregates news from multiple sources and indicates the potential market impact of each story. Set up custom filters for specific sectors or keywords you're tracking, monitor news sentiment indicators to gauge overall market mood, and create alerts for breaking news that might spark new narratives. The key is not just reading the news, but understanding which stories have the potential to drive sustained market attention and capital flows that create the rotation opportunities we're seeing this cycle. Messari takes news aggregation further by providing research-driven insights and deep educational resources. Their platform combines curated crypto news with institutional-grade research reports. Use Messari to get comprehensive analysis of emerging sectors, access their quarterly and annual trend reports to understand macro narrative shifts, and leverage their token profiles to research fundamentals of projects gaining narrative traction before the crowd catches on. Category 4. Community Intelligence and Alpha Groups. Don't overlook community intelligence from Discord and Telegram groups. This is where alpha often lives before it spreads to mainstream channels. Your approach here should be to join multiple communities to get diverse perspectives, participate actively to build relationships that lead to alpha sharing, and always verify community tips with your other analysis tools because echo chambers can be expensive in crypto. Apart from this, create a systematic workflow where you check these tools daily and cross-reference signals before making any investment decisions, because in this cycle missing rotations means missing the entire cycle. I know that was a lot of information, so let's distill it down into a simple, actionable checklist you can start using today. Step 1. Curate your information diet. Spend 1 hour this week creating dedicated lists on Twitter. Add 5 VCs, 5 builders or founders, and 5 on-chain data analysts. Unfollow all the noise. Your information input determines your investment output. Step 2. Set up your tracking infrastructure. Create accounts on at least 3 tools from different categories. 1 social tool like Santiment, 1 smart money tracker like Arkham, and 1 news aggregator like CryptoPanic. Don't try to master everything at once. Step 3. Schedule your research time. Block out 1 or 2 hours every single week dedicated solely to this process. During this time, your only job is to go through your curated feed, check social trends, and monitor smart money movements. Step 4. Pick 1 community and participate actively. Join 1 high-quality Discord or Telegram group and actually engage with the community. Passive lurking won't get you alpha. Step 5. Keep a journal. When you spot something interesting, a new sector VCs are funding a project with rising social mentions, write it down. Note the date, the source, and why you think it's important. This journal will become your secret weapon for tracking narratives as they develop from a faint signal into a deafening roar. So there you have it. The reason this cycle feels so difficult is that the shotgun approach of buying a random bag of altcoins and waiting for the tide to lift all boats isn't working anymore. Capital is more concentrated and the market is smarter. The only way to consistently get ahead is to become a narrative hunter. It's not about being lucky, it's about building a system to find your own luck. Use the 4-category workflow we discussed today: social intelligence, smart money tracking, news aggregation, and community intelligence. Curate your sources, validate with on-chain data, track social sentiment, and leverage community insights. Personalize this system, make it your own, and you will be miles ahead of the competition. I hope this video provided you with a clear, actionable framework. If it did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which narrative you are currently watching most closely. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.